Who's there besides foul weather?
One-minded like the weather, most unquietly.
I know you. Where's the king?
Contending with the dreadful elements.
But who's with him?
None but the fool who labors to outjust his heart-struck injuries.
Sir, I do know you. And thereupon the warrant of my note commend to you a dear thing. There is division, although as yet the face of it is covered with mutual cunning twixt Albany and Cornwall. Both have servants who seem no less, which are to friends, the spies and speculations intelligent of our state. Now to you. Upon my credit, you dare build so far to make your speed to Dover. You shall find some there that will thank you, and you just report how unnatural and bemaddening sorrow the king hath caused to make complaint.
I will talk further with you.
No, not. For confirmation that I am much more than my outlaw. When you see Cordelia, fear not what you shall. Show her this ring. She will tell you who this fellow is, and yet you do not know.
Give me your hand.
Fine. In the storm, I will go seek the king.
Your cheeks, rage, blow! You cataracts and hurricanos, spout till you have drenched our steeples, drowned the cocks. You sulphurous and thought-executing fires, singe my white head, and thou, all shaking thunder, strike flat the thick rotundity of the world. All nature's molds crack, spill germains at once that make ingrateful man.
Oh, Uncle Ian, ask thy daughter's blessing. Here's a knight pities neither wise men nor fools.
Rumble thy bellyful, spitfire, spout rain. Oh, rain, wind, thunder, fire are my daughters. I vex not you, you elements, with unkindness. I never gave you kingdom, called you children. You owe me no subscription. Then let fall your horrible pleasure. Here I stand, your slave, a poor, infirm, weak, and despised old man. And yet I call you servile ministers who will with two pernicious daughters join your high-engendered battles against a head so old and white as this. Oh, it is foul.
He that has a house to put his head in has a good headpiece. The codpiece that will house before the head has any, the head and he shall louse. So beggars very many, for there never was yet there woman, but she made mouths in a glass.
No, I will be the pattern of all patience. I will say nothing.
Who's there?
Marry his grace in the codpiece. It's a wise man and a fool.
Alas, sir, are you here? Things that love night love not such nights as these.
Let the great gods, who keep this dreadful putter o'er our heads, find out their enemies now. Tremble, ye wretches, who hide within ye undivulged crimes. Close pent-up guilts, rive your concealing countenance, and cry these dreadful summoners grace. I am a man more sinned against than sinning.
Alack, bareheaded! Gracious, my lord! Hard by here is a hovel. Some friendship will it lend you against the tempest. Repose you there!
My wits begin to turn. Come, my boy. How does my boy? I'm cold. I'm cold myself. Oh, fool knave. There is still one part in my heart that's sorry yet for thee. Come, take us to this hovel.
He that has and a little tiny with hay.
Alack, Edmund, I like not this unnatural dealing, where I desired their leave that I might pity him. They took from me the use of my own house, and enjoined me on pain of perpetual displeasure, neither to speak of him, entreat for him, or any way sustain him.
Most savage and unnatural!
Go to. Not a word. There is division among the dukes, and a worse matter yet. I have this night received a letter. 'Tis dangerous to be spoken. I pray you, lock the letter in my closet. These injuries the king now bears will be revenged home. There is part of a power already footed. We must incline to the king. I'll look him and privily relieve him. If I die, as no less is threatened me, the king, my old master, must be relieved. There are strange things toward, Edmund. Pray you, be careful.
This courtesy forbid thee. Shall the Duke instantly know, and of that letter too? This seems a fair, deserving, and must draw me that which my father loses, no less than all. The younger rises when the old doth fall.
Here is the place, my lord. Good, my lord, enter. The tyranny of the open night's too rough for nature to endure.
Let me alone.
Good, my lord, enter here.
Will break my heart.
I'd rather break mine own. Good, my lord, enter.
In, boy, go first. You houseless poverty. Nay, get in. I'll pray and then I'll sleep. Poor naked wretches. Wheresoe'er you are that bide the belting of this pitiless storm, how shall your houseless heads and unfed sides, your looped and windowed raggedness, defend you against seasons such as these? Oh, I have ta'en too little care of this. Take physic, pump. Expose thyself to feel what wretches feel, that thou may cast the overflux to them and show the heavens more just.
Follow and help! Follow and help! Lord, help! Here's a spirit! Help me! Help me! Who's there? A spirit? A spirit! He says his name's poor Tom.
What art thou that dost grumble there in the straw? Come forth!
Away! The foul fiend follows me. Through the sharp hawthorn blows the winds. Go to thy bed and warm thee. Away!
Didst thou give everything to thy daughters, and hast thou come to this?
Who gives anything to poor Tom, whom the foul fiend hath led through fire and flame, sword and whirlpool, or bog and quagmire? Oh, bless thy 5 wits. Tom's a cold. Bless thee from whirlwind, star blasting and talking. Do poor Tom some charity, whom the foul fiend vexes. There could I have him now, and there again, and there.
As his daughters brought him to such a pass. Wouldst thou save nothing? Wouldst thou save nothing? Didst thou give them all?
Nay, he reserved a blanket, or else we'd all been shamed.
Now, all the plagues that in the pendulous air hang fated o'er men's false light on thy daughter.
He hath no daughters, sir.
Peace, traitor! Nothing could have subdued nature to such a lowness but his unkind daughters. Is it the fashion that discarded fathers should have thus such little mercy on their flesh? Judicious punishment, 'twas this flesh begot those pelican daughters.
Pillicock not, unpillicock kill! Lo! 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 Lo!
Oh, this cold night will turn us all to fools and madmen.
Take heed of the foul fiend. Obey thy parents. Keep thy words, justice. Swear not. Keep thy foot out of brothels, thy hand out of plackets, thy pen from lenders' books, and defy the foul fiend. Still, through the hawthorn blows the cold winds. Says someone, Nonny, dolphin, my boy, says it. Let him trot by.
Thou wert better in the grave than to answer with thy uncovered body this extremity of the skies. Is man no more than this? Consider him well. Thou owest the worm no silk, the beast no hide, the sheep no wool, the cat no perfume. His threons are sophisticated. Thou art the thing itself. Unaccommodated man is no more than such a poor, bare, forked animal as thou art. Off your lendings, unbutton here.
Prithee, uncle, have patience. This is a naughty night to swim in. Look, here's a walking fire.
Well, this is the foul flibbertigibbet, and aright thee, witch, aright thee!
Who's there? What is it you seek?
What are you there? Your names?
Poor Tom that eats the swimming frog, the toad, the tadpole. Then the fury of his heart, when the foul fiend rages, eats cow dung for salads. Eats the swallows, the old rat, and the ditch dog. Peace, Malkin, peace, thou fiend!
What, hath your grace no better company?
The Prince of Darkness is a gentleman. Modo he's called in Mahu. Tom's a cold.
Oh, go in with me. My duty cannot suffer to obey in all your daughter's hard commands. Their injunction be to bar my doors, yet have I ventured to come seek thee out and bring thee where both fire and food is ready.
I will speak first with this philosopher. Sir, what is the cause of thunder?
Good, my lord. Take his offer. Go into the house.
I'll have a word with this most learned seaman. Sir, what is thy study?
How to prevent the fiend and to kill vermin.
Let me have but one word with you.
His wits begin to unsettle.
Oh, canst thou blame it? His daughters seek his death. I tell thee, friend, I'm almost mad myself. I had a son, now outlawed from my blood. He sought my life, but lately, very late. I loved him, friend, dearer than ever father loves son. True to tell thee, the grief hath crazed my wits. Oh, what a night is this! I do beseech your grace.
By your mercy, sir. Noble philosopher, no come.
Tom's a cold.
Go in, fellow.
Come, let's in all.
This way, my lord.
With him! I will stay with my philosopher.
Good, my lord. To him, let him take the fellow.
Do him in.
Sirrah, come on. Go along with us.
Come, good Athenian.
Not a word, not a word. Hush.
Child Roland to the dark tower came. His word was still 5-0 thumb. I smell the blood of a British man.
I will have my revenge ere I depart his house.
This is the letter which he spoke of, which approves him an intelligent party to the advantages of France. Oh, heavens, that this treason were not, or not I the detector.
True or false, it hath made thee Earl of Gloucester. Seek out where thy father is, that he may be ready for our apprehension.
I will persevere in my course of loyalty, though the conflict be sore between that and my blood.
I will lay my trust upon thee, and you shall find a dear father in my love.
Here is better than the open air. Take it thankfully.
Ratoretto calls me and tells me Nero is an angler in the lake of darkness.
I will piece out thy comfort with what additions I can.
All the power of his wits have given way to his impatience.
He said it would be thus. That good Kent, poor banished man. I will not be long from thee.
The gods reward you kindness.
Tell me, uncle, if a madman be a yeoman or a gentleman?
A king! A king!
No, he's a gentleman. A yeoman that has a gentleman to his son. For it's a mad yeoman that will see his son a gentleman before him.
To have 1,000 with red, burning spits come hissing in upon him, it shall be done. I will arraign them straight. Come, you most learned justicer. Sit you there, and thou, Sabian sir, sit there. Now, you she-foxes.
Look where he stands and glares.
Her boat hath a leak, and she must not speak, why she dares not come over to thee.
Croak not, black angel. I have no food for thee.
How do you, sir? Stand you not so amazed. Will you lie down and rest?
I will see their trials first. You are the commission, sit you two. Rein her first. 'Tis Goneril. I hear, take my oath before this most honorable assembly, she kicked the poor king, her father.
Oh, come hither, mistress. Is your name Goneril?
She cannot deny it.
Ah, cry you mercy. I took you for a joint stool.
Here's one whose what looks proclaim what store her heart is made of. Stop it there! Arms, arms! Fire, sword! Corruption in the place! False justice! Why hast thou never escaped?
Bless thy fine wits!
Pity, sir, where is the patience? Now thou so apt to have boasted to retain.
My tears begin to take his part, so much they mar my counterfeiting.
Little dogs and all. Tray, Blanche, and sweetheart, see, they bark at me.
Tom will throw his head at them. Avaunt, you curs!
Nay, nay, let them anatomize Regan. See what breeds about her heart. What is the cause in nature that makes such hard hearts? You, sir, I entertain for one of my 100. Only I like not the fashion of your garments. You will say that they are Persian, but let them be changed.
Now, good my lord, lie here and rest a while.
Make no noise! Make no noise! Shut the curtains. So, I'll have supper in the morning.
And I'll go to bed at noon.
Friend, come hither. Where is my master?
Here, sir.
I prithee, friend, take him up in your arms.
Nay, trouble him not, his wits are gone.
I have overheard a plot of death upon him. There is a litter waiting. Lay him in it and drive toward Dover, where you shall meet both welcome and protection. If you should dally half an hour, his life with thine and all that offer to defend him stand in assured loss. Take up thy master.
Oppressive nature sleeps. This rest I get, and balm their broken senses, which a convenience will not allow. Stand in hard cure. Come to bear thy master. Thou must not stay behind.
Mark!
Come away!
Tis a brave night to cool a courtesan. I'll speak a prophecy ere I go. When priests are more in word than matter, when brewers mar their malt with water, when nobles are their tailors' tutors, no heretics burn but wenches' suitors, when every case in law is right, no squire in debt, no nor poor knight, when slanders do not live in tongues, nor cut-pursers come not to throngs, when usurers tell their gold in the field, and bawds and whores do churches build, then shall the realm of Albion come to great confusion. There comes the time who lives to see it, that going shall be used with feet. This prophecy Merlin will make, for I lived before his time.
The army of France has landed. Now, where is the king?
My lord of Gloucester hath conveyed him hence. Some 5 or 6 and 30 of his knights have gone with him toward Dover, where they boast to have well-armed friends.
Get horses for your mistress. Fetch the traitor Gloucester. Pinion him like a thief. Bring him before us.
Hang him instantly. Pluck out his eyes.
And leave him to my displeasure. Post speedily to my lord, your husband. Show him this letter. Edmund, keep your sister company. The revenges we are bound to take upon your traitorous father are not fit for your beholding. Farewell, dear sister.
Farewell, sweet lord and sister.
Farewell, my lord of Gloucester.
Come on.
Who's there? The traitor!
Ungrateful fox, 'tis he!
Bind fast his corky arms to this chair. Bind him!
What mean your graces? Good my friends, remember, you are my guest.
Bind him, I say!
Hard, hard, oh filthy traitor!
Unmerciful lady that thou art, I am none.
Villain, thou shalt...
Tis most ignobly done to pluck me by the beard.
So white and such a traitor!
Lady, these hairs which thou dost ravish from my chin shall quicken and accuse thee. What will you do?
Come, sir. What letters had you late from
Be
France?
simple answered, for we know the truth.
And what confederacies have you with the traitors late footed in the
To
kingdom?
whose hands have you put the lunatic king? Speak!
I have a letter guessingly set down from one that's of a neutral heart, not from one opposed.
Connie,
And false!
where hast thou sent the king?
To Dover.
Wherefore to Dover? Wast thou not charged?
Therefore to Dover,
Error!
let him answer that!
I am tied to the stake and must stand the cold.
Wherefore to Dover?
Because I would not see thy cruel nails pluck out his poor old eyes, but I shall see the winged vengeance overtake such children.
See it shalt thou never. Fellows, hold this chair. Upon these eyes of thine I set my...
Help! Help! He would hope to live till he be old. Give me some help! Help! Help!
One side will mock another, t'other
Lest it see vengeance.
Hold your hands, my lord! I have served you ever since I was a child, but better service I have never done you than now to bid you hold.
How now, you dog!
If you did wear a beard upon your chin, I'll shake it on this quarrel. What do you mean?
My villain!
Nay then, come on! What? And take the chance of anger.
Yeah!
A peasant! Stand up thus!
My lord, you still have but one eye to see some mischief on them.
Lest it see more! Prevent it! Out, vile Jilly! Where is thy luster now?
Oh, dark and comfortless. Where is my son Edmund? Edmund! And kindle all the sparks of nature to requite this horrid act.
How treacherous villain! Thou callest on him that hates thee! It was he that made the overtures of thy treason to us, who is too good to pity thee!
My follies. Then Edgar was abused.
Go thrust him out at gates and let him smell his way to Dover. How is't, my lord? How look you?
You received the hurt. Follow me, lady. Turn out this eyeless villain and throw the slave up on the dunghill. Regan, leave the pace. The time that comes this hurt. Give me.
I'll never care what wickedness I do if this man comes to good and she live long.
Let's follow the old earl and get the bedlam to lead him where he would. Go thou. I'll fetch some flax and whites of eggs to apply to his bleeding face. Oh, heaven help him.
Yet better thus, and known to be contemned, than still contemned and flattered. To be worst, the lowest and most dejected thing of fortune, stands still in esperance, lives not in fear. The lamentable change is from the best. The worst returns to laughter. Welcome then, thou unsubstantial air that I do embrace. The wretch that thou hast blown into the worst owes nothing to thy blasts. But who comes here? My father, poorly led. World, oh world, but that thy strange mutations make us hate thee, life would not yield to age.
My good lord, I've been your tenant many years.
No, away, get thee away, good friend, be gone. Thy comforts can do me no good at all. Thee they may hurt.
You cannot see your way.
I have no way, and therefore want no eyes. I stumbled when I saw. Dear son Edgar, the food of thy abused father's wrath. Might I but live to see thee in my touch, I'd say I had eyes again.
Oh no, who's there?
Oh gods, who is't can say I am at the worst. I am worse than e'er I was.
'Tis poor mad Tom.
Is it the beggar man?
Madman and beggar too.
Oh, he has some reason, else he could not beg. In the storm last night I saw such a fellow, which made me think a man, a worm. My son came then into my mind, and yet my mind was then scarce friends with him. I have heard more since. As flies to wanton boys are we to the gods. They kill us for their sport.
Fellow, where goest?
How should this be? Bad is the trade that must play fool to sorrow. Bless thee, master!
Is it the naked fellow?
Aye, my lord.
I prithee, for my sake, if thou would place us a mile or twain in the road toward Dover, and do it for ancient love, and bring some clothing for this naked soul, which I'll entreat to lead me.
Alack, sir, he's mad.
'Tis the time's plague when madmen lead the blind.
I'll bring him the best apparel I have, come on what will.
Sirrah, naked fellow!
Poor Tom's a cold. I cannot daub it further.
Come here there, fellow!
And yet I must. Bless thy sweet eyes, they bleed.
Knowest thou the way to Dover?
Both stile and gate, horseway and footpath. Poor Tom has been scared out of his good wits. Bless thee, master.
Dost thou know Dover?
Aye, master.
There is a cliff whose high and bending head looks fearfully into the confined deep. Bring me but to the very brim of it. From that place I shall no leading need.
Give me thy arm. Poor Tom shall lead thee.
Welcome, my lord. I marvel our mild husband not met us on the way. Now, where's your master?
Madam, within, but never man so changed. I told him of the army that was landed. He smiled at it. I told him you were coming. His answer was the worse of Gloucester's treachery and the loyal service of his son when I informed him. Then he called me sot and told me I had turned the wrong side out.
Then shall you go no further. It is the cowish terror of his spirit that dares not undertake. Our wishes on the way may prove effects. Back, Edmund, to my brother. Hasten his musters and conduct his powers. Ere long you are like to hear, if you dare venture in your own behalf, a mistress's command. Wear this. Spare speech. Decline your head. This kiss, if it durst speak, would stretch thy spirits up into the air. Conceive and fare thee well.
Yours in the ranks of death.
My most dear Gloucester. Oh, the difference of man and man. To thee a woman's services are due. A fool usurps my body.
Madam, here comes my lord.
I have been worth the whistle.
Oh, Goneril, you're not worth the dust which the rude wind blows in your face.
No more, the text is foolish.
What have you done? Tigers, not daughters, what have you performed? If not that the heavens do not their visible spirits send quickly down to tame these vile offenses, it will come. Humanity must perforce prey upon itself like monsters of the deep.
Milk-levered man that bears a cheek for blows, a head for wrongs, where's thy drum? France spreads his banners in our noiseless land, whilst thou, a moral fool, sits still and cries, alack, why doth he so?
See thyself,
Oh,
devil!
vain fool!
Would my fitness to let these hands obey my blood, apt enough to dislocate and tear thy flesh and bone!
Marry your manhood, mew!
Oh, my good lord. The Duke of Cornwall is dead, slain by his servant going to put out the other eye of Gloucester.
Gloucester's eyes?
A servant that he bred, bending his sword to his great master, threatened rage flew on him, and amongst them felled him dead. But not without the harmful stroke which since had plucked him after.
This shows you are above, you justices, that these are nether crimes so speedily convenge. But, oh, poor Gloucester, lost he his other eye?
Both, my good lord. This letter, madam, craves a speedy answer. This from your sister.
One way I like this well, but being widow and my Gloucester with her. May all the building in my fancy pluck upon my hateful life. I'll read an answer.
Where was his son when they did take his eyes? Knows he the wickedness?
Aye, my good lord. 'Twas he informed against him and quit the house on purpose, that their punishment might have the freer course.
Gloucester, I live to thank thee for the love thou showedst the king, and to revenge thine eyes. Come hither, friend.
Alack! 'Tis he. Why, he was mad even now, as mad as the vexed sea, singing aloud, crowned with rank fennetar and furrow weeds, with hard oaks, hemlocks, nettles, cuckoo flowers, darnel, and all the idle weeds that grow in our sustaining corn. What can man's wisdom in the restoring his bereaved sense?
There is means, madam. Our foster nurse of nature is repose, the which he lacks.
A century send forth. Search every acre in the high-grown field and bring him to our eye.
But are my brother's powers set forth?
Aye, madam.
Himself in person there.
Madam, with much ado, your sister is the better soldier.
Lord Edmund spoke not with your lord at home.
No.
What might import my sister's letter to him?
No, not lady.
Edmund, I think, is gone. He is posted hence on serious matter. Were great ignorance Gloucester's eyes being out to let him
I must needs after him, madam, with my letter.
Our troops set forth tomorrow. Stay with us. The ways are dangerous.
I may not, madam. My lady charged my duty in this business.
Why should she write to Edmund? Might not you transport her purposes by word? Be like something, I know not what. I'll love thee much. Let me unseal the letter.
Madam, I had rather...
I know your lady does not love her husband. Sure of that. And I know you are of her bosom.
I, madam?
I speak in understanding. You are. I know it. Therefore, I do advise you take this note. My lord is dead. Edmund and I have talked, and more convenient is he for my hand than for your mistress's. You may gather more. If you do find him, pray you give him this. And when your mistress hears thus much from you, I pray, desire her, call her wisdom to her. So fare you well. If you do hear of that blind traitor, preferment falls on him that cuts him off. Fare thee well.
When shall we come to the top of that same hill?
You do climb up it now. Look how we labor.
Methinks the ground is even.
Horrible steep. Hark! Do you hear the sea?
No, truly.
Why, then your other senses grow imperfect by your eyes' anguish.
So it may be indeed. Methinks thy voice is altered, and thou speakst in better phrase and matter than thou didst.
You are much deceived. Come on, sir. Here's the place. Stand still! How fearful and dizzy 'tis to cast one eye so low. The crows and choughs that wing the midway air show scarce so gross as beetles. The fishermen that walked upon the beach appear like mice. I'll look no more, lest my brain turn and the deficient sight topple down headlong.
Set me where you stand.
Give me your hand. You are now within a foot of the extreme verge. For all beneath the moon would I not leap upright.
Let go my hand. Purse, friend, here is a purse. In it, a jewel well worth a poor man's taking. Prosper it with thee. Now, go thou further off. Bid me farewell and let me hear thee going.
Now fare ye well, good sir.
With all my heart.
Why I do trifle thus with his despair is done to cure it.
O thou mighty gods, this world I do renounce, and in your sight shake patiently my great affliction off. If I could bear it any longer, and not fall to quarrel with your great opposeless wills, this snuff and loathed nature of mine should wear itself out. Now, fellow, fare thee well.
Go on, sir, farewell.
If Edgar live, oh, bless him.
Alive or dead? Ho you, sir! Friend, hear you, sir, speak! Thus might he pass indeed. Oh, yet he revives. What are you, sir?
Away, and let me die.
Hadst thou been aught but gossamer, feathers, air, so many fathom down precipitating, thou'dst shivered like an egg, but thou dost breathe. Hast heavy substance, speaks, bleats not, art sound. 10 masts at each make not the altitude which thou hast perpendicularly fell. Speak yet again.
Have I fallen or no?
From the dread summit of the chalky bourne, do but look up.
Oh, alack, I have no eyes. Is wretchedness deprived the benefit to end itself by death?
Up so. How is't? You your legs. You stand.
Too well, too well.
'Twas the gods who, making honors of men's impossibilities, have preserved thee. This is above all strangeness. Thy life's a miracle.
Henceforth I'll bear affliction till it do itself cry out, enough, enough, and die.
Bear free and patient thoughts. But who comes here?
You can't touch me for crying. No, I am the king himself.
Oh, thou side-piercing sight.
Nature is above art in that respect. There's your press money. That fellow handles a bow like a crow keeper. Draw me a clothier's yard. Look, a mouse. Peace. Peace. This piece of toasted cheese will do it. There's my gauntlet. I'll prove it on a giant. Bring up the brown bills. Oh, well flown bird. In the clout, in the clout. Give the word.
Sweet marjoram.
Pass.
I know that voice.
Ah! Goneril! With a white beard. They flattered me like a dog to say aye and no to everything that I said. When the rain came to wet me once and the wind to make me chatter, when the thunder would not peace at my bidding, then I found them and I smelled them out. Go to they are not men of their words. They told me I was everything. 'Tis a lie! I'm not ague-proof.
The trick of that voice I do well remember. This is not the king.
Aye, every inch a king. See how the subject quakes when I do stare. I pardon that man's life. What was thy cause? Adultery? Thou shalt not die. Die for adultery? No. The wren goes to it, and the small gilded fly does lecture in my sight. Let copulation thrive! For Gloucester's bastard son was kinder to his father than my daughters got tween the lawful sheets. The fit shoe nor the soiled horse goes to it with a more riotous appetite. Down from the waist they are centaurs, the women all above. But to the girdle do the gods inherit. Beneath is all the fiend. There's hell. There's darkness. There's the sulphurous pit. Burning stench. Stink. Consumption. Fie. 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 Pa. Pa. Give me an ounce of civet, good apothecary. Sweeten my imagination. There's money for you.
Oh, let me kiss that hand.
Let me wipe it first. It smells of mortality.
Oh, ruined piece of nature. This great world shall so wear itself to naught. Dost thou know me?
I remember your eyes well enough. Dost thou squinty at me? No, do your worst, blind Cupid. I'll not love. Read thou this challenge. Mark what the penning of it.
Alack, were all thy letters sons, I could not read them.
I would not take it from report. It is, and my heart breaks at it.
Read.
With what? The case of eyes?
Oh, are you there with me? No eyes in your head, nor no money in your purse. Your eyes are in a heavy case, your purse is in light. Yet you do see how this world goes.
I see it feelingly.
What art mad? A man may see how this world goes with no eyes. Look with thine ears. See how yon thief is railed at by yon justice. Hearken with thy ear. Change places. Handy-dandy. Which is the justice? Which is the thief? Get thee glass eyes, and like a scurvy politician, seem to see what thou dost not. Now. Pull off my boots there. Harder. So. If thou wilt reap my fortune, take my eyes. I know thee well enough. Thy name is Gloucester. We came crying hither. Thou knowest, the first time that we smelt the air, we wail and cry. I'll preach to thee, Mark.
Alack a day.
When we are born, we cry that we are come to this great stage of fools. This is a good block. A delicate stratagem to shoe a troop of horse with felt. I'll put it in practice, and when I have stolen upon these son-in-laws, then kill, 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 kill!
Oh, here he is! Lay hands upon him! Sir!
No, rescue? A prisoner? What? Use me well. I shall have ransom. Let me have surgeons. I am cut in the brains.
You shall have anything.
No seconds, all myself. I will die bravely, like a bridegroom. Come. What? Come. I am a king. Masters, know you that?
You are a royal one, and we obey you.
Then there's life in it. Come. If you shall get it, you shall get it by running! Sa, 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 sa!
Hail, gentle sir!
Sir, speed you, what's your will?
Do you hear aught, sir, of a battle toward? How near is the other army?
Near and on speedy foot.
I thank you, sir, that's all.
You ever gentle gods, take my breath from me. Let not my worser spirit tempt me again to end my life before you choose.
Well, pray you, in sooth.
And now, what are you?
A most poor man, made tame to fortune's blows. Give me your hand. I'll lead you to some biting.
Oh, hearty thanks, the blessing and benizon of heaven on thee.
A proclaimed prize. Most happy. Thou old unhappy traitor, briefly thyself remember. The sword is out that must destroy thee.
Oh, well, let thy friendly hand have strength enough to...
Nay! Come not near the old man. Keep out of the way. Or I'll try whether you're costard, or my ball'll be the harder. I'll be plain with you.
Out, dunghill!
I'll pick your teeth, sir. Come.
Slave! Thou hast slain me! Villain, take you my purse. If ever thou wilt thrive, bury my body and give the letters which thou find'st about me to Edmund, Earl of Gloucester. Oh, untimely death! Death?
What, is he dead?
He's dead. I'm only sorry he had no other deathsman. Let us see. Let our reciprocal vows be remembered. You have many opportunities to cut him off. If your will want not, time and place will be fruitfully offered. There is nothing done. If he return the conqueror, then am I the prisoner, and his bed my jail. From the loathed warmth whereof deliver me, and supply the place for your labor. Your wife, so I would say, Goneril. A plot upon her virtuous husband's life, and the exchange my brother. With this ungracious paper will I strike the sight of the death-practised Duke. For him 'tis well that of thy death and business I can tell.
The king is mad. Better I were distract. So should my thoughts be severed from my griefs, and woes by wrong imaginings lose the knowledge of themselves.
Come, far off methinks I hear the beaten drum. Come, I'll leave you with a friend.
Thou good Kent, how shall I live and work to match thy goodness? My life will be too short and every measure fail me.
To be acknowledged, madam, is o'erpaid.
Be better suited. These weeds are memories of those worser hours. I prithee put them off.
Pardon, dear madam. Yet to be known shortens my made intent. My boon I make it that you know me not till time and I think meet.
And be it so, my good lord. How does the king?
So please your majesty that we may wake the king, he hath slept long.
Be governed by your knowledge and proceed. Is he arrayed?
Aye, madam. In the heaviness of sleep we put fresh garments on him. Be by, good madam, when we do awake him. Please you draw near, come.
Oh, my dear father. Let this kiss repair those violent harms that my two sisters have in thy reverence made.
Kind and dear princess.
Had you not been their father, these white flakes did challenge pity of them. Was this a face to be opposed against the warring winds? Mine enemy's dog, though he had bit me, should have stood that night against my fire. He wakes. Speak to him.
Madam, do you, 'tis fittest.
How does my royal lord? How fares your majesty?
You do me wrong to take me out of the grave. Like a soul in bliss. I am bound on a wheel of fire that mine own tears do scald like molten lead.
Sir, do you know me?
I know you are, spirit. Where did you die?
Still far wide.
He's scarce awake. Let him alone a while.
Where have I been? Where am I? Fair daylight. I am mightily abused. I know not what to say. I would not swear these are my hands. Let's see. I feel this pinprick. Would that I were assured of my condition.
Oh, look upon me, sir, and hold your hand in benediction o'er me. No, sir, you must not kneel.
Pray do not mock me. I am a very foolish, fond old man, 80 and upward, not an hour more nor less. To deal plainly, I fear I am not in my perfect mind. Methinks I should know you, and know this man. Yet I am doubtful, for I am ignorant of what place this is. And all my skill remembers not these garments. Do not laugh at me. For as I am a man, I think this lady to be my child, Cordelia.
And so I am. I am.
Be thy tears wet? Yes, Faith, I pray, weep not. I know you do not love me. Your sisters have, as I do remember, done me wrong. You have some cause, they have not.
No cause. No cause.
Am I in France?
In your own kingdom, sir.
Do not abuse me.
Be comforted, good madam. The great rage you see is killed in him. Desire him to go in.
May it please your highness walk?
You must bear with me. Pray now. Forget. And forgive. I am old and foolish.
No, of the Duke of his last purpose hold. He's full of alteration and self-reproving. Bring his constant pleasure.
Our sister's man is certainly miscarried.
'Tis to be doubted, madam.
Now, my sweet lord, you know the goodness I intend upon you. Tell me but truly, but then speak the truth. Do you not love my sister?
In honored love.
But have you never found my brother's way to the forfended place?
That thought abuses you. Fear not of she and the Duke her husband.
Rather lose the battle than that sister should loosen him in need.
Our very loving sister well be met. Sir, this I heard. The king has come to his daughter, whom the rigors of our state forced to cry out. France invades our land with others, whom I fear most heavy and just causes make oppose.
Sir, you speak no.
Why is this reasoned?
Combine together against the enemy, for these domestic and particular broils are not the question here.
Let's then determine with the Ancient of War on our proceeding.
I will attend you presently at your text.
Sister, you'll go with us.
No.
'Tis most convenient. Pray you go with us.
Oh, I know the riddle. I will go.
If e'er your grace had speech with man so poor, hear me one word.
Our Lord take you. Speak.
Before you fight the battle, ope this letter. If you have victory, let's sound the trumpet for him that brought it. Wretched though I seem, I can produce a champion that will prove what is avouched there. Fortune love you.
Stay till I've read the letter.
I was forbid it. When time shall serve, let but the trumpet sound and the herald cry, and I'll appear again.
Well, fare thee well. Our Lord, look thy paper.
The enemy's in view. Draw up your powers. Your haste is now urged upon you.
We will greet the time.
To both these sisters I have sworn my love, each jealous of the other as the stung are of the adder. Which of them shall I take? Both, one, or neither? Neither can be enjoyed if both remain alive. Yet my state stands on me to defend, not to debate.
Here, Father, take the shadow of this tree. If ever I return to you again, I'll bring you comfort.
Grace go with thee.
Pray that the right may thrive! Must endure their going hence, even as they're coming hither. Ripeness is all. Give me your hand, Father.
Some officers, take them away. Good guard until the greater pleasures first be known that are to censure them.
We are not the first who with best meaning have incurred the worst. Shall we not see these daughters and these sisters?
No, 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 no. Come, let's away to prison. We two alone shall sing like birds in a cage. When thou dost ask me blessing, I'll kneel down and ask of thee forgiveness. So we'll live and pray and sing and tell old tales, laugh at gilded butterflies, and hear poor rogues talk of court news, and we'll talk with them too. Who loses, who wins, who's in, who's out. Take upon us the mystery of things, as if we were God's spies.
Take them away!
Upon such sacrifices, my Cordelia, the gods themselves throw incense. He that parts us shall bring a brand from heaven and fire us hence like foxes. Wipe thine eyes. Come.
Come hither, Captain Hart. Take thou this note. Go follow them to prison. One step I have advanced thee. Thou dost, as this instructs thee, thou dost make thy way to noble fortunes. To be tender-minded does not become a sword.
I'll do it.
About it, I say instantly, and carry it so as I have set it down.
I'll do it, my lord.
Sir, you have shown today your valiant strain, and fortune's led you well. You have the captives that were the opposite of this day's strife. I do require them of you.
Sir, I thought it fit to send the older miserable king to some retention and appointed guard. With him I sent the queen. They are ready tomorrow, or at further space, to appear where you shall hold your session.
Sir, by your patience, I hold you but a subject of this war, not as a brother.
That's as we list to grace him. Methinks our pleasure might have been demanded ere you had spoke. So far he led our powers. For the commission of our place and person, the immediacy of which may well stand up and call itself your brother.
Not so hot. In his own grace he doth exalt himself more than in your edition.
In my rights, by me invested, he compares the best.
That were the most if he should husband you.
Jesters do oft prove prophets.
Hola, hola, that eye that told you so looked but a squint.
Lady, I am not well, or I should answer you from a full, flowing stomach. General, take thou my soldiers, prisoners, patrimony. Dispose of them, of me. The walls is thine. Witness the world that I create thee here, my lord and master.
Mean you to enjoy him?
The let alone lies not in your goodwill.
Nor in thine, lord.
Half-blooded fellow, yes.
Let the drum strike and prove my title thine.
Stay yet. Hear reason. Edmund, I arrest thee on capital treason, and end thy arrest, this gilded serpent. For your claims, fair sister, I bar them in the interest of my wife, 'tis she is subcontracted to this lord. If you will marry, make your loves to me, my lady is bespoke.
An interlude.
Thou art armed, Gloucester. Let the trumpet sound. If none appear to prove upon thy person, thy heinous manifest and many treasons, I'll prove them on thy heart.
Sick. Oh, sick.
If not, I'll ne'er trust medicine.
What in the world is he that names me traitor? Villain like he lies.
A herald, ho!
My sickness grows upon me.
Convey her to my tent. Come hither, herald. Sound the trumpet and read out this.
If any man of quality or degree within the list of the army will maintain upon Edmund, supposed Earl of Gloucester, that he is a manifold traitor, let him now appear. Again. Again. What are you? Your name, your quality, and why you answer this present summons?
Know my name is lost by treason's tooth, bare gnawn and canker bit. Yet am I noble as the adversary I come to cope.
Which is that adversary?
What's he that speaks for Edmund, Earl of Gloucester?
Himself. What sayest thou to him?
Thou art a traitor. False to thy gods, thy brother, and thy father. Say thou no, thou liest.
Back do I toss these treasons to thy head. This sword of mine shall give them instant way where they shall rest forever.
Save him! Save him!
This is practice, Gloucester. By the law of war, thou must not bound to answer an unknown opposite. Thou art the vanquished, the cousin to beguile.
Shut your mouth, dame, or with this paper shall I stop it. Hold! Read thine own evil! Thing, did you know what's in here?
Say if I do, the laws are mine, not thine. Who can arraign me for it?
Most monstrous! Oh, knowest thou this paper?
Ask me not what I know.
her.
What you have charged me with, that have I done, and more, much more. 'Tis past, and so am I. But what art thou that hast this fortune on me?
I am no less in blood than thou art, Edmund. My name is Edgar, and thy father's son. The gods are just.
Will has come full circle. I am here.
Where have you hid yourself? How have you known the miseries of your father?
By nursing them, my lord. List a brief tale. The bloody proclamation to escape that followed me so near taught me to shift into a madman's rags. And in this habit met I my father with his bleeding rings, their precious stones new lost. I became his guide, led him, begged for him, saved him from despair. Never, O fault, revealed myself unto him until some half hour passed. Not sure, though hoping of this good success, I asked his blessing, and from first to last told him our pilgrimage. But his flawed heart, alack too weak, the conflict to support, twixt two extremes of passion, joy and grief, burst smilingly.
The speech of yours hath moved me, and shall perchance do good.
Neither more woeful news, but speak you on.
Whilst I was in clamor, came therein a man, who having seen me in my worst estate, but finding who 'twas that so endured, with his strong arms he fastened on my neck, and bellowed out as he burst heaven. Threw him on my father, told the most piteous tale of Lear and him that ever ear received, which in recounting, his grief grew puissant, and the strings of life began to crack. Yet then fast sounded the trumpet, and there I left him tranced.
But who was this?
Kent, sir.
I, the banished.
Oh, art thou he?
Who in disguise followed his enemy king and did him service.
I am come to bid my master and king good night. Is he not here?
Help! Help! Oh, help! What means this bloody knife? 'Tis hot. It smokes. It came even from the heart of... Oh, she's dead.
Who dead? Speak, man.
Your lady, sir, your lady. And her sister by her is poisoned. She confesses it.
Alack, why thus?
I was contracted to them both. The one, the other poisoned for my sake, and after slew herself. All three now marry in an instant.
And my master? Great thing of us forgot. Speak, Edmund, where's the king?
I pant for life.
And where's Cordelia?
Some good I mean to, despite of mine own nature. Quickly send, be brief, to the prison. My writ is on the life of Lear and on Cordelia. Nay, send in time.
Run, run, oh run!
To whom, my lord? Who has the office? Send thy token of reprieve.
Take my sword, give it to the captain. He hath commission from thy wife and me to hang Cordelia in the prison and to lay the blame upon her own despair that she fordid herself.
Haste thee for thy life! The gods defend her!
Oh, you are men of stones. And I your tongues and eyes, I'd use them so that heaven's vault would crack. She's gone. Forever. I know when one is dead and when one lives. She's dead. As her. Lend me a looking glass. If that her breath doth mist or stain the stone, why then she lives.
Is this the promised end?
Or image of that horror?
Fall and cease.
This feather stirs, she lives. If it be so, it is a chance that shall redeem all sorrow that ever I have felt.
Oh, my good master.
Prithee away.
'Tis noble Kent, your friend.
A plague upon you murderers! Traitors all! I might have saved her. Now she's gone forever. Cordelia? Cordelia? Stay a little. Huh? What is this? Her voice was ever gentle, soft, and low. Excellent thing in woman. I killed the slave that was a hanging thee.
It's true, my lords, you did.
Did I not, fellow? I've seen the day when I'd have made him skip. I am old now, and these same crosses spoil me. Who are you? My eyes are not of the best, I tell you straight.
Fortune bad of two she loved and hated. One of them we behold.
This is a dull sight. Are you not Kent?
The same. Your servant Kent. Where is your servant Caius?
He's a good fellow. I can tell you that. He'd strike, and quickly too. He's dead and rotten.
No, my good lord. I am the very man.
I'll see that straight.
That from your first of difference and decay have followed your sad steps.
Thou art welcome.
No man else. All's cheerless, dark, and deadly. Your eldest daughters have undone themselves and desperately are dead.
Aye, so I think.
He knows not what he says, and vain it is that we present us to him.
Very bootless.
Edmund is dead, my lord.
That's but a trifle here. You lords and noble friends know our intent. What comfort to this great decay may come shall be applied. For us, we will resign during the life of this old majesty. To him, our absolute power. And you, to your rights with boot and such additions as your honor have more than merited. All friends shall taste the wages of their virtue, and all foes the cup of their deservings.
And my poor fool is hanged? No. Life. Why should a dog, a horse, a rat have life and thou no breath at all? Thou come no more. Never. Pray God, undo this button, sir. Yeah, I thank you, sir. You see this? Look on her. Look, her lips. Look, there. Look. There.
He faints. My lord! My lord!
Break heart, I pray thee break.
Look up, my lord!
Vex not his ghost. Oh, let him pass. He hates him that would upon the rack of this tough world stretch him out longer.
He is gone indeed.
Friends of my soul, you twain rule in this realm, and the gored state sustain.
I have a journey shortly to go. My master calls me, I must not say no.
The weight of this sad time we must obey. Speak what we feel, not what we ought to say. The oldest hath borne most. We that are young shall never see so much, nor live so long.